Title: The Midnight Bus Breakdown. Once upon a moonlit night in the small town of Raven Hollow, a group of high school students found themselves on a spine-chilling adventure they would never forget. It all began with a late-night field trip to a remote museum known for its mysterious artifacts and ancient relics. The air was thick with anticipation as the school bus, carrying a group of spirited teenagers, rumbled along the winding roads that cut through the dense forest surrounding Raven Hollow. Laughter and excitement echoed through the bus as they shared ghost stories, unknowingly setting the stage for a night of true terror. As the bus entered a desolate stretch of road, the engine sputtered and groaned, and suddenly, the bus shuddered to a halt. The driver, Mr. Higgins, a middle-aged man with a penchant for practical jokes, stepped out to assess the situation. The students watched nervously as he scratched his head, unable to pinpoint the cause of the breakdown. With a sigh, Mr. Higgins informed the students that they would need to wait until morning for a tow truck. The nearest town was miles away, and the dense forest seemed to close in around them, casting eerie shadows in the dim glow of the bus's interior lights. As the night deepened, the air grew colder, and a fog crept in, enveloping the stranded bus in an otherworldly haze. The students, huddled together for warmth, began to hear strange sounds emanating from the surrounding woods, whispers, footsteps, and distant, haunting laughter. The group's self-proclaimed daredevil, Jake, suggested exploring the nearby forest to pass the time. Despite the unease that gripped them, a few students, fueled by teenage bravado, agreed to venture into the darkness. As they delved deeper into the forest, the fog thickened, and the moon cast an eerie glow on twisted branches and gnarled roots. Shadows danced among the trees, and the distant sounds intensified, creating an atmosphere of palpable fear. Meanwhile, back at the bus, the remaining students began to experience unexplainable phenomena. The bus's windows fogged up with ghostly handprints, and the temperature inside plummeted. Objects moved on their own, and whispers echoed through the still night air. In the heart of the forest, the explorers stumbled upon an abandoned, dilapidated mansion. Intrigued and terrified, they entered, discovering a room adorned with portraits of people who seemed frozen in time. The atmosphere grew more oppressive as they realized the portraits bore an uncanny resemblance to the students themselves. Back at the bus, those who remained heard the distant sounds of footsteps and ghostly laughter drawing closer. Panic set in as the realization dawned that they were not alone. As the night wore on, the two groups, separated by the forest and the mysteries it held, unearthed the chilling history of Raven Hollow. The mansion, it turned out, was once home to a cursed family whose spirits sought revenge on the living. With the help of a dusty old journal discovered in the mansion, the students learned that the curse could only be broken by a sacrificial act of courage and unity. As the first light of dawn approached, the two groups, having faced their deepest fears, converged on the abandoned mansion. With trembling hands, they joined forces to perform the ritual that would break the curse and free the spirits that haunted Raven Hollow. The mansion creaked and groaned as the ethereal fog lifted, revealing a town that had been trapped in time for centuries. As the first rays of sunlight bathed Raven Hollow, the fog dissipated and the curse was broken. The bus miraculously roared back to life, and the town that had been lost in time slowly began to awaken. The students, forever changed by their harrowing night, returned to the bus with a newfound bond forged in the crucible of fear. As they drove away from Raven Hollow, the forest behind them seemed to whisper its thanks, the echoes of laughter replaced by a gentle breeze that carried the promise of a new beginning. And so, the legend of Raven Hollow lived on, a tale of a night when the courage of the young broke the shackles of an ancient curse, revealing the resilience of the human spirit against the forces of the unknown. And so, dear listeners, as the sun rises on Raven Hollow, our tale comes to a close. But fear not, for the mysteries of the night are boundless, and our journey together has only just begun. Join us again on our next episode as we explore new realms, face untold mysteries, and continue our quest for the unknown. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and may the stories that unfold in the darkness inspire you to see the world with a renewed sense of wonder. See you on our next episode.